How does a dictator who rarely leaves his country manage to travel in absolute secrecy? Kim Jong-un's travel methods are as mysterious as the man himself. From armored trains to private jets, his journeys are shrouded in luxury and secrecy. Let's uncover the truth behind his covert travels. Kim Jong-un, the supreme leader of North Korea, is known for his iron grip on power and his enigmatic persona. But what happens when this reclusive dictator needs to venture beyond his borders? The answer lies in a web of extravagant transportation methods and elaborate security measures that would make James Bond jealous. In the next few minutes, we're going to pull back the curtain on Kim's secret travel habits. We'll explore his fleet of luxury vehicles, his private jets, and even his custom-built train that's basically a five-star hotel on wheels. And get this, we'll find out why Kim brings his own toilet with him wherever he goes. Yeah, you heard that right. So stick around, because the contrast between Kim's lavish lifestyle and his country's poverty is about to become real. The armored train. Now let's talk about that train. Imagine a mode of transportation that takes over 20 hours to cover just 733 miles, yet is fit for a dictator. This isn't your average commuter rail. It's a fortress on wheels, steeped in family tradition and shrouded in secrecy. The Kim dynasty has a long-standing love affair with luxury trains. This tradition dates back to Kim Jong-un's grandfather, Kim Il-sung, who used these extravagant vehicles for his trips to Vietnam and Eastern Europe. It's a family heirloom of sorts, but one that comes with bulletproof carriages and a hefty price tag. Kim Jong-un's preferred train, known as the Taeyang-ho, is a sight to behold. It crawls along at a mere 50 kilometers per hour, or about 31 miles per hour. You might wonder why a leader would choose such a slow mode of transport. The answer lies in a combination of heavy armored protection and North Korea's outdated rail infrastructure. But don't let the slow speed fool you. This train is a mobile palace, equipped with all the luxuries a supreme leader could desire. The Taeyang-ho features around 90 bulletproof carriages, each designed to cater to Kim's every whim. The package includes conference rooms, audience chambers, and state-of-the-art technology like satellite phones and flat-screen televisions. One of the most impressive features of this rolling fortress is its restaurant. Forget about typical train food. We're talking fine French cuisine and fresh lobster. Russian military commander Konstantin Pulikovsky, who once traveled with Kim Jong-il, described the culinary offerings. It was possible to order any dish of Russian, Chinese, Korean, Japanese, and French cuisine. Talk about dining in style while crossing borders. Security is paramount when it comes to Kim's train travels. The entire route is meticulously monitored, with security agents checking every station and potential threat along the way. It's a level of paranoia that would make even the most cautious traveler raise an eyebrow. To put things in perspective, a journey from Pyongyang to Vladivostok, covering about 733 miles, 180 km, can take over 20 hours. That's a lot of time to spend on a train, even if it is a luxury liner on rails. But for Kim, it's not just about getting from point A to point B. It's about maintaining an image of power and control, even while in transit. The train serves as more than just a means of transportation. It's a mobile command center, allowing Kim to stay connected and in charge, no matter where the tracks may lead him. This dual functionality speaks volumes about the North Korean leader's need for constant control and his reluctance to be away from the seat of power for too long. But here's where things get really interesting. The stark contrast between Kim's opulent train and the living conditions of the average North Korean citizen is impossible to ignore. While the supreme leader dines on lobster in his bulletproof carriage, many of his people struggle to put food on the table. Inside the Taeyang-ho, the exterior might resemble a standard locomotive. Stepping inside Kim's train is like entering another world entirely. What if I told you this rolling fortress houses not just living quarters, but a full-fledged command center capable of running an entire country? The opulence within these carriages tells a tale of two Koreas, one of extreme luxury and another of stark poverty. The Taeyang-ho isn't just a means of transportation, it's a mobile palace that would make even the most seasoned luxury hotel connoisseur green with envy. As you step into the first carriage, you're immediately struck by the sheer opulence. The walls are adorned with rich wood paneling, and plush carpets muffle your footsteps. Crystal chandeliers cast a warm glow over the meticulously designed interiors. creating an atmosphere of grandeur that's hard to reconcile with the train's exterior. Moving through the carriages, you'll find a series of specialized rooms, each serving a unique purpose. There's a fully equipped conference room where Kim can hold high-level meetings with his advisors, complete with satellite communication systems and flat-screen televisions for video conferencing. Next, you might stumble upon the audience chamber, where the Supreme Leader can receive visitors and conduct official business, all while hurtling along at a leisurely 31 miles per hour. But it's not all work and no play on the Taiyanghe. The train boasts an entertainment car that would put most home theaters to shame, with a state-of-the-art sound system and a collection of movies that would rival any film buff's personal library. Kim and his entourage can while away the hours as they traverse the countryside. One of the most impressive features of this mobile command center is its restaurant car. Forget about the typical fare you'd find on a regular train. Here, the chefs are prepared to whip up any culinary delight Kim might desire. Russian military commander Konstantin Pulikovsky, who once had the privilege of traveling with Kim Jong-il, described the gastronomic offerings in awe. It was possible to order any dish of Russian, Chinese, Korean, Japanese, and French cuisine. Imagine indulging in a perfectly prepared lobster thermidor while watching the North Korean landscape roll by. The train's ability to serve as a long-term residence was put to the test during Kim Jong-il's famous 10-day journey to Moscow in 2001. This extended trip showcased the Taiyanghe's capacity to function not just as a means of transport, but as a mobile seat of power. For over a week, the train became the epicenter of North Korean governance, proving that distance from Pyongyang doesn't mean a loss of control. However, the luxury of the Taiyanghe stands in stark contrast to the reality faced by most North Korean citizens. While Kim Jong-un dines on gourmet meals and enjoys entertainment fit for a king, many of his subjects struggle with food shortages and lack basic amenities. The resources poured into maintaining and operating this lavish train could undoubtedly be used to improve the lives of countless North Koreans. The Taiyanghe is more than just a mode of transportation. It's a symbol of the Kim dynasty's power and their iron grip on North Korea. Every inch of the train is designed to project an image of strength and luxury, even as it crawls along at a snail's pace. The slow speed, necessitated by the heavy armor and outdated rail infrastructure, becomes almost metaphorical, a physical representation of North Korea's isolation and resistance to change. The Soviet jet. Kim Jong-un's travel choices aren't limited to the ground. When speed is of the essence, he turns to a surprising ally from the past. How does a vintage Soviet jet fit into the image of a modern dictator? The answer reveals volumes about North Korea's place on the world stage. Enter the Chamae-1, Kim's private jet that's as much a symbol of North Korean power as it is a means of transportation. This Soviet-made Ilyushin 62 might be considered outdated by modern aviation standards, but in North Korea, it's a flying palace fit for a supreme leader. The exterior of Chamae-1 is a sight to behold. Its pristine white body is adorned with North Korea's official name in Korean characters, a bold statement of national pride visible from the ground. The national flag proudly flies on the fuselage, while a red star inside red and blue circles decorates the tail, leaving no doubt about the aircraft's allegiance. Step inside Chamae-1 and you'll find an interior that's a far cry from its Soviet origins. The jet has been modernized to cater to Kim's taste for luxury and his need for a mobile command center. Plush seating, state-of-the-art communication systems, and spaces designed for high-level meetings transform this aging aircraft into a symbol of North Korean ingenuity and determination. But Chamae-1 isn't just for show. This flying fortress has proven its worth in diplomatic missions. In 2018, it played a crucial role in North Korea's rare moment of international cooperation. The jet was tasked with transporting a high-level delegation, including Kim's sister Kim Yo-jong, to the Winter Olympics in South Korea. This mission marked a significant moment in inter-Korean relations, with Chamae-1 serving as a literal vehicle for diplomacy. During this historic flight, the aircraft used a curious identification number, PRK 615. At first glance, it might seem like a random string of characters, but in the world of North Korean symbolism, nothing is without meaning. The number is believed to reference the 15th of June North-South Joint Declaration signed in 2000. a pivotal moment in the ongoing saga of Korean reunification efforts. Chame-1 isn't just a means of transport for Kim Jong-un, it's his office in the sky. Photographs have surfaced showing the North Korean leader working and holding meetings aboard the aircraft. These images serve a dual purpose. They reinforce Kim's image as a hard-working leader always on the job, and they showcase North Korea's technological capabilities to the world. The use of Chame-1 raises interesting questions about North Korea's ability to maintain and operate such an aircraft under strict international sanctions. The fact that this Soviet-era jet continues to fly is a testament to North Korean engineering and resourcefulness. It's also a stark reminder of the country's isolation, forced to rely on aging technology while much of the world moves forward. In many ways, Chame-1 is a perfect metaphor for North Korea itself. On the surface, it projects an image of power and self-sufficiency, but a closer look reveals a complex reality of adapting old systems to meet modern needs, all while under the watchful eyes of the international community. A fleet of aircraft. How does a nation under strict sanctions manage to maintain not just one, but an entire fleet of aircraft for its supreme leader? The answer reveals a surprising blend of Soviet-era relics and homegrown innovation. Kim Jong-un's air travel options extend far beyond the aging Ilyushin 62. In fact, he's been spotted using a Ukrainian Antonov 148 for domestic flights. This aircraft, known for its reliability and efficiency, showcases North Korea's ability to acquire modern aviation technology despite international restrictions. But the real surprise comes from within North Korea itself. In a move that highlights the country's push for self-reliance, Kim has been seen piloting a homegrown light aircraft. This isn't just a propaganda stunt, it's a statement of North Korea's technological ambitions and a nod to the country's Juche ideology of self-sufficiency. Multiple aircraft options provide Kim with unprecedented flexibility in his travel arrangements. Whether he needs to make a quick domestic hop or embark on a longer international journey, there's an aircraft suited for the task. This diversity allows him to navigate both domestic and international travel discreetly, adapting to different situations and security requirements. The significance of Kim's varied air fleet becomes clear when we consider a 2014 documentary aired by state-owned Korean Central Television. The footage showed Kim using the Antonov 148, demonstrating its importance in his travel logistics. This public display serves a dual purpose. It projects an image of technological advancement to the North Korean people, while sending a message to the international community about the country's ability to circumvent sanctions. Kim's fascination with aviation doesn't stop at simply using aircraft. Reports suggest he's ordered the construction of 5 private airstrips for his personal use. This move emphasizes his desire for exclusive and secure travel options, creating a network of landing sites that allow him to move around the country with greater ease and privacy. The contrast between Kim's luxurious air travel and the reality faced by most North Koreans is stark. While the supreme leader has access to a fleet of aircraft and private airstrips, the average citizen struggles with basic transportation needs. This disparity underscores the regime's priorities and the extreme inequality that exists within the country. North Korea's ability to maintain this diverse air fleet raises questions about the effectiveness of international sanctions. Despite strict restrictions on technology and luxury goods, the regime has managed to acquire and maintain modern aircraft. This suggests a complex network of international connections and a sophisticated ability to navigate global restrictions. The mix of foreign-made and domestically produced aircraft in Kim's fleet also points to North Korea's long-term strategy. While relying on imported technology for immediate needs, the country is clearly investing in developing its own aviation capabilities. This two-pronged approach allows Kim to enjoy the benefits of modern air travel while working towards greater self-sufficiency in the future. Kim's air fleet serves as more than just a means of transportation. It's a symbol of North Korea's resilience and ambition. Each aircraft, whether it's a Soviet-era jet or a homegrown light plane, tells a story of a nation determined to project power and technological prowess despite its isolation. The $1 million Mercedes. From the skies to the streets, Kim Jong-un's travel arrangements continue to defy expectations. Picture a car so exclusive, it's practically a mobile fortress. But what's inside this rolling palace that makes it worth nearly $2 million? Enter Kim's Mercedes-Benz S-Class, a vehicle that redefines luxury on wheels. This isn't your average luxury sedan, it's a $1.8 million testament to opulence and excess. The price tag alone is enough to make your head spin, but it's the features that truly set this car apart. Let's start with the most unique and frankly bizarre feature, a built-in bathroom. Yes, you heard that right. Kim's S-Class comes equipped with its own private toilet, ensuring the Supreme Leader never has to make an undignified pit stop. This custom edition speaks volumes about Kim's need for privacy and control, even in the most personal moments. But the extravagance doesn't stop there. The S-Class is a rolling command center fitted with state-of-the-art communication systems that allow Kim to stay connected and in control even while on the move. The interior is a masterclass in luxury, with premium materials and craftsmanship that would make even the most discerning car enthusiast green with envy. The vehicle's security features are equally impressive. Bulletproof glass and armor plating transform this luxury sedan into a veritable tank, capable of withstanding significant threats. The exact specifications are, unsurprisingly, kept under wraps, but it's safe to assume that no expense has been spared in protecting the Supreme Leader. Kim's S-Class made a notable appearance during the 2018 Inter-Korean Summit, where it was seen crossing the border with bodyguards running alongside. This public display served a dual purpose, showcasing Kim's wealth and emphasizing the intense security measures surrounding him. The car's presence at such a high-profile event highlights its importance in Kim's travel arrangements. It's not just a means of transportation, it's a symbol of power and status. When Kim arrives in this vehicle, there's no mistaking who's in charge. But the S-Class isn't just for show. It's a crucial part of Kim's motorcade, often transported by train during his travels. This was evident during his trip to Beijing in March 2018, where the luxury sedan was carefully loaded onto a specially designed railcar. The fact that Kim insists on having his personal vehicle with him, even when traveling by train, speaks to his commitment to comfort and security. The contrast between Kim's $1.8 million car and the reality faced by most North Koreans is stark. While the Supreme Leader enjoys unparalleled luxury on wheels, many of his citizens struggle with basic transportation needs. The resources poured into this single vehicle could significantly improve the lives of countless North Koreans. This disparity raises questions about the priorities of the North Korean regime. The acquisition and maintenance of such a vehicle, despite international sanctions, demonstrate the lengths to which the government will go to ensure Kim's comfort and project an image of power. The S-Class is more than just a car. It's a rolling representation of Kim Jong-un's rule. It embodies the excess, the security paranoia, and the disconnect from the average citizen that characterize his leadership. Every time Kim steps into this vehicle, he's not just going for a drive. He's making a statement about his position and power. The human motorcade. Kim's car might be a fortress on wheels, but it's not the only line of defense in his travel arrangements. There's a reason why his motorcades look like carefully choreographed performances. What role do these synchronized runners play in keeping the Supreme Leader safe? Enter the human motorcade, a security measure so extreme it looks like something straight out of an action movie. Picture this, a group of men in identical dark suits, running in perfect formation around a moving car. This isn't just for show, it's a crucial part of Kim Jong-un's personal protection detail. These bodyguards, known as the Supreme Guard Command, are an elite unit tasked with ensuring Kim's safety at all times. They're handpicked from the Korean People's Army and undergo rigorous training to prepare for their unique role. Only the most physically fit and mentally sharp individuals make the cut. The human motorcade serves multiple purposes. First and foremost, it provides an additional layer of protection for Kim. These bodyguards act as human shields, ready to intercept any potential threats. Their constant movement and vigilance make it difficult for would-be attackers to target the Supreme Leader. But there's more to it than just physical protection. The sight of these men running alongside Kim's vehicle is a powerful visual statement. It demonstrates absolute loyalty and dedication to the leader, reinforcing his image of power and control. The precision and synchronization of their movements send a clear message. Kim is surrounded by unwavering support. The effectiveness of this security measure lies in its unpredictability. While the bodyguards maintain a formation around the vehicle, their constant motion makes it challenging for potential threats to anticipate their positions. This dynamic shield adapts to changing environments, providing flexible protection as Kim moves through different areas. Interestingly, the human motorcade isn't unique to Kim Jong-un. It's a tradition that dates back to his father, Kim Jong-il, and grandfather, Kim Il-sung. This continuity in security practices underscores the Kim dynasty's enduring power and the lengths taken to protect it. The training these bodyguards undergo is intense and specialized. They must be prepared for any situation, from high-speed chases to potential assassination attempts. Their physical conditioning is pushed to the extreme, enabling them to keep pace with a moving vehicle for extended periods. But it's not just about physical prowess. These men are also trained in advanced combat techniques and are likely armed, though their weapons are carefully concealed to maintain a professional appearance. They're taught to be hyper-aware of their surroundings, constantly scanning for potential threats while maintaining their positions around the vehicle. The human motorcade made international headlines during the 2018 Inter-Korean Summit. As Kim's vehicle crossed the border into South Korea, the world watched in fascination as his bodyguards sprinted alongside. This display not only showcased North Korea's unique security measures, but also served as a powerful propaganda tool, demonstrating the strength and discipline of Kim's protective detail. While the human motorcade is undoubtedly impressive, it raises questions about the level of paranoia and control within the North Korean regime. The need for such extreme security measures, even in seemingly safe environments, speaks to the constant state of alertness and suspicion that surrounds Kim Jong-un. It's worth noting that the human motorcade is just one part of a much larger security apparatus. Kim's travels involve extensive planning and coordination with multiple layers of protection in place. The running bodyguards work in tandem with other security personnel, advanced teams, and technological measures to create a comprehensive shield around the supreme leader. The image of suited men running alongside a luxury vehicle has become synonymous with Kim Jong-un's public appearances. It's a visual representation of the lengths taken to protect the North Korean leader, and a reminder of the unique and often perplexing nature of the regime. The portable throne. Even his most private moments are shrouded in secrecy. What mundane object follows the supreme leader everywhere he goes, and why is it treated like a state secret? Believe it or not, Kim Jong-un travels with his very own personal toilet. You might think this is just a quirky habit of a germaphobe leader, but the reality is far more complex and revealing of the paranoid nature of the North Korean regime. This isn't your average porta potty we're talking about. Kim's personal throne is a high-tech, custom-built facility that accompanies him on all his travels, both domestic and international. It's not just about comfort or cleanliness. This portable bathroom is a matter of national security. So why all the fuss over a toilet? The answer lies in the realm of intelligence gathering. Lee Yun-keol, a former member of the North Korean Guard Command Unit, shed light on this peculiar practice. According to Lee, rather than using a public restroom, the leader of North Korea has a personal toilet that follows him around when he travels. But the reasoning behind this goes beyond mere convenience. The real purpose of Kim's private porta potty is to prevent foreign intelligence agencies from getting their hands on, well, his business. That's right, Kim's bodily waste is considered a state secret. The concern is that his excretions could reveal valuable information about his health status, diet, and possibly even his psychological state. This level of secrecy might seem extreme, but it's not without precedent in the world of high-stakes international politics. Intelligence agencies have long known that a person's waste can be a goldmine of information. From detecting illnesses to uncovering drug use, stool and urine samples can reveal a lot about an individual's health and habits. For a leader as secretive as Kim Jong-un, preventing access to such personal information is paramount. Any sign of weakness or illness could be exploited by his enemies, both domestic and foreign. In a regime built on the idea of a strong, almost superhuman leader, even the slightest hint of vulnerability could be destabilizing. The portable toilet isn't just about protecting Kim's health information, it's also a symbol of his status and the lengths to which the regime will go to cater to his every need. In a country where many citizens lack access to basic sanitation, the idea of a leader who never has to use a public restroom further separates Kim from the reality faced by his people. This obsession with secrecy extends to every aspect of Kim's life, even the most mundane. It's a reminder of the intense paranoia that permeates the North Korean regime. Every potential source of information, no matter how seemingly insignificant, is carefully controlled and protected. The portable toilet also serves as a stark example of the resources devoted to maintaining Kim's lifestyle, even when he's away from his palaces. It's not just about comfort, it's about keeping an image of power and invulnerability at all times. The message is clear: the supreme leader is above the need for public facilities, separated from the common people even in the most basic human functions. This level of control and secrecy doesn't stop at the bathroom door. Every aspect of Kim's travel arrangements is meticulously planned and executed with an eye towards maintaining his security and projecting an image of power. From his armored train to his luxury cars, every vehicle and facility is designed to keep him safe, comfortable, and isolated from potential threats.